Hey guys, welcome to jogging with me in the snow. Oh goodness, it's snowing, but I needed to get my run in, so let me take you with me. It's so cold, I can neither taste nor smell. Okay. I actually love jogging in the cold like this. It's so good for the skin, you know? Like, it's like there's no need for an ice bath, you know? After the whole run. Or a cold shower at least. That's what I did in the past, you know? Something to do with the thinning of the blood vessels and giving you like a heightened runner's high. That's what they call it, I guess. And it's supposed to have so many health benefits. Chief amongst them is maximize endorphins, cortisol, and all those growth hormones that enhance the recovery phase to the muscles, which is good, I guess. The feeling of it is excruciating. It's so humid that I feel like, you know that feeling you get when you have sort of dipped into like the pool, like on a cold, with a cold breeze, you know, just going by, like on a cold winter's night. It feels like that, but only there's no dipping, and it's just the effect of it is all over. Yeah, so I'm taking you with anyway. Just take it all in and just enjoy the moment and steal a moment there. Yeah, and have fun. This is actually my 4th lap. I take about 5 laps per day, so that is 14 kilometers. And 14 kilometers in total of run. It's just so good for you. I can't even begin to explain how good it is for weight loss and the whole weight loss journey, you know? Yeah. You know, winter bodies are made in, summer bodies are made in winter? Isn't that what they say? Yeah? Well, at least. Yeah. I'm usually covered up, but I took like the protective gear off just so that you can see my face. Yeah. In that way, there's a big truck behind me. I'm on a small tributary roadway. You can see it. My roadway goes to a factory of sorts. I think they produce metal and burning coal for energy, and it's a real factory, and it supplies trucks to neighboring EU countries. There's Poland. I see so many trucks going to different countries, you know, mostly Poland, and I see French trucks as well, Italian ones, and they go all the way to Portugal. Yeah, it's like a huge factory of metal plants, but mostly construction ones. I think it's the rods. Okay, I'm passing through another one. I think it's metal rods for construction, you know, those ones when you're constructing like multi-story buildings, those ones that get cemented into the earth to support the structure. Yeah, they're made here at this factory and shipped all over Europe. Yeah, for that purpose. And it's right on my jogging path. It's in my neighborhood actually. And I get to see all those trucks going to different parts. Yeah. Ricardian economics. Right there. And that is the one thing that African economics doesn't really have, because there's no country trade, or if it's there, it's minuscule, and there's so many barriers, you know, to that trade for just small business owners to sort of trade with other businesses in different parts of the economy. And I guess this is why the European internal market is such a blissful one, because it sort of condenses different markets into one. There's freedom of movement, there's freedom of establishment, freedom of capital and service, which heightens this. But in other continents, especially emerging markets, it's not really there. But it's such a major boost for European-based small and medium enterprise to large enterprises as well. And, of course, to it's so cold, like my face feels stretched. But I guess if you look at other emerging markets like Brazil, they have the whole system but they use the multilateral system to trade with different countries in the Latin American market, which sort of gives them the benefit of having a larger internal market, which is codified, unified commercial policies, which then in turn benefits those small entrepreneurs, builds innovation, ensure that capital is flowing from outside the country, you know. So important for that score. So I sort of reflect on that when I walk past. There's so many factories here. There's a station conducting school, which I'm jogging past now. Instead of trains, train conductors, you know. And it facilitates trade as well, because the railway system is so brilliant on that side, you know, which of the world, which is great for trade. And when you are a small entrepreneur, it's such a major plus, you know, because you can access different markets, and with the freedom of movement and establishment, makes it even better, you know. But we don't have those protections in emerging markets, specifically African emerging markets. I know the Asian countries have a sort of robust multilateral system that, case in point, is Singapore, that has adopted it so well. It has done it so well, and it has benefited all the other, markets within its sphere. It would be interesting to see that opportunity being maximized, leveraged, to greater effect, But I think the lack of familiarity, I know that in trade economics is the social aspects of trade, that basically speaks to the gains from trade, who gains from trade, and these social aspects of trade explains why nations trade better with others and not so much others in a social constructive way. But I think it's something that emerging markets need to leverage. But with emerging market comes institutional voids, and those institutional voids are so heightened to such an extent that governance at such a maximized or like a international level or cross-border level becomes challenging. But with challenges comes opportunities for business, and the opportunity for capital to flow from outside. But if there's no security of tenure in corporate laws, protection of property rights, these are benefits obviously of a strong internal market like that of the EU, and first-rate world countries that have advanced so highly on the Rostov curve of economics, and it's brilliant, I guess, and another opportunity. And with opportunity, as it's often the case, comes opportunity cost for not maximizing on those possible gains, which is great, I guess, if you look at it that way. But it's sort of something that I feel, or that I wish there'll be more investments for emerging markets. Emerging markets, I mean, those countries where growth is at such a peak because of economics, of population and scale and scope, and they benefit more from trade because the first world countries have reached or advanced, and that growth has cooled off, or they're experiencing a heightened cooling off phase of sorts, because of that stillness, because they're so ancient, not ancient in a olden way, but they have climbed up all cycles basically of reduction and product cycles of factor markets and factor economies, like that is on a microeconomic level, and but I digress, So, but at the end of it all, it comes to just analyzing the surroundings, or what your mind veers off to when running or working out. You get to internalize the environment and analyze it in a holistic way. And sort of, but anyway, coming back to our reflections for the workout of a runner is the importance of sleep today. I wanted to it's important to get at least your 7, your 6, okay, for me it's 6 to 8 hours of sleep is the goal every day. I mostly get in 8 hours of sleep, unless it's like a public holiday or something, then I can go to 9 hours of sleep, yeah, without meditation, which I prefer so strongly. And yeah, and also when you cut out different food items, always have that discussion with your physicist so that you talk about mineral supplements, which are so good for you, those mineral supplements, because you get to replace them or add different ones, yeah, for different parts. For example, iron. Like for me, I've cut out meats. I don't really eat meat that much. Gosh, let me try and remember. When last did I eat red meat? I can't tell you. I honestly cannot tell you when last I ate red meat. But it's important that I take in iron supplements to prevent this lack of iron. And it's important in the process when oxygen is being shared all across tissues, muscles, glands, all across the body, Yeah. So it's important that I take those supplements in. On top of my minerals, which are a go. I'll talk about minerals later, and I'll have to just reflect on it more. And because I've had different discussions with different experts, of different parts of the body. And because I did a lot of research, and I sat down. I know many people in the medical field, and I got to sit down with them and I asked these type of questions, and I gained so many insights, and but I think I'll have to research in it well, because I know I've researched only for a man of my height and weight, like what are the dietary and supplemental requirements of somebody of my height and weight, Now I noticed from yesterday's video that at some point when running, because it stopped snowing but it stopped snowing just a few moments ago, but it's still very humid, and while running in this weather condition, so many water droplets forms on my face. There's a truck coming. So many water droplets forms on my face, and on video it looks like water, just all over my beard and stuff, but it's basically because of the humidity, yeah, because I'm just using my phone. It might not capture that well, yeah, so just letting you know. I'm really enjoying and liking this opportunity to document this process, I wish I had started documenting it like from the start, when I actually started, and it would have been interesting to just have those captions that you can look back again and reflect. Yeah, so much better. Okay, let me hold the phone much better, much more pronounced. Yeah. I'm back at the factory This is my last lap. Then I'm done. And then it's off to the gym. And then I'll do back and core today. I'm going to do back and core workout today. And then I'll do calisthenics. I'm not using, okay, for back and core I'm going to use gym equipment, but for the last part of my workout I'm not using any equipment, just my body. So today I'm going to do 200 diamond push-ups and squats. So it will be 200. I'm jogging past the train. So it'll be 200 diamond push-ups and 200 squats. Yeah. Then I'm going to do some leg exercise as well as ab workout. And then I'll finish it off with a nice yin yoga for runners, which will be good. It's so good. But I'll share those as well on the portal. It's so dark outside, you know, because it's completely overcast, which is quite normal for this time of year. It's very normal for this time of the year, you know. And this is about a 20-minute monologue. Which is great. City jet going by, the train from Vienna. But Gleichenberg and all the other tributaries here, which are closer to here. It's going to the main train station, which is not so far from here. Yeah. Also, I didn't mention this is a big cemetery here, and it's so interesting looking at the construction of cities, you know. The city planning, the sort of city planning is just very well thought out, you know. Obviously it's a science on its own. I read a very good book by Thomas Florida where he talks about that concept much more in greater detail, you know. The rise of the middle class, that's where the concept really came, and he expanded it in a separate book altogether, where he talks about emerging cities, like 10 million capacity city in terms of population, trading with one another, you know. And if you look at the construction of these cities, they share different similarities and differences depending on geographical and trade aspects, you know. In emerging markets, you'll see most bigger cities in emerging markets, you'll see they're based on special economic zones, and how they are featured in the city planning is just by accident or by design, but it's interesting to reflect on that as well. So anyway, my 5th lap is almost done, and then I'll begin my cooling off run home, I'm going to have breakfast and emails that I have to reply to, and then get ready for the gym, you know, for the nice workout of the day. Yeah. So I'm going to love and leave you at the stop actually, and then take it further with a nice run. So it's getting much colder now. My ears, I can feel it. I want to cover up and just, you know, take it in. It's such a, you know, warm champagne fizz of sensation flowing through my body after the workout or as the workout closes. I think the body instinctively knows. Obviously, I'm aware, but I think the cells are also centillion. They sense things, they're conscious, obviously. And anyway, the body goes into that mode as soon as my fifth and final lap draws to a close. Yeah. Which is interesting. Okay, so I'll see you in the next workouts in the gym. Bye for now. Ciao.